Welcome to Fireteam Chat, IGN's Destiny show. Joining me today is my co-host, Sean Finnegan, and my co-host, Fran Mirabella.
Hey, Guardians.
Don't forget, you can check us out on your PS4 by downloading the IGN app, on your Xbox One by downloading the IGN app, and, of course, on mobile. We have phones. IGN apps also. We're all over the place. Today, we are going to talk about the Iron Banner return, and more importantly, how we feel about the April update now that we've had some time with it. I've been playing way too much.
Yep.
Yeah, let's jump right into that first topic. I'll start with you, Sean.
Yeah.
How much have you been playing the new update?
Quite a bit recently, actually. I've not had great luck with getting the light level drops I need in order to get all the way up to 335. So I'm sitting around the 325, 327 mark, and I'm just having trouble getting all the way up there, you know? But I like it so far. Like, I feel the need to grind. Like,
Yes.
I feel like I have to be doing everything, like getting my marks every day, like making sure I get my Sterling drops like every week, like making sure that I'm doing the raid so that I can get the gear, even if I don't need it, so that I can infuse the gear that I need when I get it, type stuff.
And all they did was change the infusion mechanic, and it's made all of these other avenues of progression more interesting and more like compelling to go back to.
Well, it doesn't feel as much as like an uphill battle. You know,
Yeah.
you get a 335 helmet, you're done. Like, well, at least you've got what you need. Where before it was like, crap, am I even going to be 335 yet? So definitely just that intuitiveness of a good drop is a good drop.
Yeah.
And I keep mentioning it ever since we heard about it, but I love that I can now use more weapons because I don't have to worry about the light level as much, because the more, you know, you're going to now get once you get to 330, by the way, I mean, you just start getting a ton of 330s.
Yeah.
That, once you got mostly 330 weapons, you'll be good. Getting all the way to 335, I mean, will be nice, but you'll be in pretty good shape.
I have three 334s now.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot. I did the raid on all my characters. You know, you grab that the totem checkpoint at the beginning.
Of course.
On all three, so you don't have to run through the intro, and then you just run the gamut, you know.
Yeah,
and this week it's primaries and helms and stuff, so I'm good on those avenues.
Oryx Challenge.
Yeah, Oryx Challenge.
Yeah, Sean, I mean, I don't know if you've done the raid yet, but that's since the update, but that just run through all three, and you will be 330 in a blink of an eye.
2 characters.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have 3.
characters. Gotcha.
Wait, you have
So you gotta
3
duplicate
warlocks,
one.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god,
It's
that's
the
crazy.
beauty of
Drops
I'm
are already
like
330, 3 on everything. So.
Yeah.
Don't you like some variation?
I do. I want to start 100, probably 100, but it is nice, especially when these updates drop, because like immediately I just transfer between characters and play. The grind on top of a grind is not there. So yeah, I wish I had a 4th character that I could like sub in. He's on the bench, but occasionally I want to bring him in. But overall, I want those main 3 stuff.
I wish I had a 4th character to put loot on and just leave him.
Yeah, it's called an expanded vault.
Yeah.
But no, so, I mean, I'm enjoying it. We talked about it last week. Sean, you weren't here, right? No, you weren't, right? We talked
I can't remember. I
Jake.
think I was.
We talked to Grenader Jake, and we talked to him about all that.
Totally
you were here?
was. Yeah, the guy who did it in 4 hours.
Wow, geez, I can't
Pretty sure we
remember
were all
that.
in the same room together,
Well,
like we have
anyway.
been every week for like months.
I forgot.
Glad to know that I'm
by the
so
way,
memorable.
No, I was
Fran.
out the last like 4 days, so I think I was crossing.
Oh
the
yeah,
wires.
you were traveling.
I was in Vegas for the NAB. It's a video expo.
That's a big party, right?
Yeah, it's a very big party. A lot of
video
older
nerds.
dudes in suit coats, basically. Anyway,
So the best event that I've rekindled my relationship with is Trials of Osiris. I didn't play it very much. I found out I'm not really good at it anymore. I played the first week. Well, I played it the first week. Everybody went to the Lighthouse, and I'm like, oh, okay. I played it a few other weeks. I'm like, you know, I went 8-0, and I'm just like, I don't
nice
really
now
care
though,
anymore.
because you get all the
Now
bounties.
there's a reason to do it. You know.
But actually, that's a really nice part about Trials now is you can just get through the bounties. Getting to 7 wins is still a little challenging if you don't have a good team, but well within reach, especially with the boons. And so now you get your rewards without having the Lighthouse be the only end game drop. So you can get 335s, you know, from those drops on 5 and 7, I believe.
Yeah,
so.
even if you get knocked out 3 times, you can still finish those bounties by getting revives and stuff like that.
So
and you get a ton of marks. You know, so like I'm buying the exotics that I don't have because I just have I'm being flooded with marks because I'm also getting a ton of purples that I don't need.
Yeah, see, that's
you know?
like the best thing about it is, I mean, I went to the Lighthouse many times when the game came out, and I haven't been doing it since. But the last couple weeks I've been doing it because I have to concede it. Doctrine of Passing is good.
Oh yeah,
it's really
And I don't have one, so I have
Counterbalance.
to get one. Yeah.
Counterbalance Doctrine, people. Doesn't matter if it's adept or not, but
I'm still using Mida in PvP right now That's the other thing I really like
awesome.
about the April update is just the whole, and we mentioned this on previous episodes, but like just having to jump back into activities you've done 100,000 times before, but having them be different because you have to refigure out what guns are best. Like, I like that, you know? I think it's cool.
Fusions, man.
Dude, that's what I was just about to say.
So happy.
I've been using Plan C. Plan C is awesome,
back,
dude.
baby.
Like, it's so cool. And I've never
back.
been a Fusions guy, and now that they're good and I'm using it, I'm like, man, this weapon is awesome.
They're a
I'm
lot
just
of
like
fun.
stoked.
Thank you for fixing those, Bungie.
I realized that I've been sitting on a 1,000-yard stare with health regen and
Life support, you mean?
Yeah,
or,
life support and
Underdog
better
maybe,
target acquisition when you aim down scope.
Oh.
So
You just didn't know
I can't
it was
remember
like
what
in
it's
your
called.
inventory?
And I'm just like, oh, I have 2,000-yard stairs. Why have I been what? you know.
Well,
so I used that today. I took that for a spin and it was awesome.
It's still really good,
yeah.
but everyone is now on to longbow synthesis.
I did get one of those.
LDR.
I did get one of those. It doesn't have a perfect roll, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. With
It doesn't
snipers,
have the scope.
That's been my terrible. Like I have terrible luck with snipers. Like I got, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 now 1,000-yard stairs just from random drops, and every one of them is a terrible roll. So I end up just like dismantling them.
Yeah, I mean, just stay at it. 1,000-yard stare is still really good. You want to look for
What's the best way to get
sniper
1,000-yard stare?
Oh, well,
just
that-
random crucible farming.
Thankfully, that is pretty good. You can get the special engram from the Cryptarch, which is probably the best way to potentially roll one.
But you have to spend
Certainly
marks to get that, right?
farming, in the strikes is a good way too.
It's a Vanguard sniper. You used to be able to buy it.
You can still buy 1,000-yard from the Vanguard Quartermaster, right?
But the rolls are bad.
roll, I don't remember what the current roll is. I don't know if it's that brilliant. Give that roll a look, but yeah, you want to
I'll look on Reddit. They're generally pretty good about being like,
Yeah.
if there's a good roll at the vendors, they're like, hey, by the way, this is a good roll, go get it.
It depends on the scopes you want, but like me, I generally need snapshot and short gaze, maybe ambush, but it's hard to get snapshot with the right scopes.
My longbow has
You have one.
Gorilla
yeah.
from behind cover.
Yeah.
But it has unflinching.
That's good.
Yeah.
Unflinching's pretty good, but like you.
I'm like, I need something else.
I
Hidden
swear
hand,
unflinching
everybody-
doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
I have a sniper that
tried it.
has unflinching,
It's
and I
ju-
feel like it doesn't help me. Like, and whenever a bullet grazes me, I'm like,
It's still all over. It depends on the weapons, but also they've made it less stable on the, the snipers now. So maybe it's not as useful anymore.
Yeah, so I tried longbow. It just wasn't stable with that unflinching, and I'm like, I'm gonna stick with 1,000-yard because I finally got used to it.
Yeah.
You know, I've always liked extra solar, but it doesn't have the impact of.
can I
wrist time,
please
so, yeah.
just have a year 2 Praetor's Revenge?
Please.
Yeah, I love that
Please.
sixth round.
Yeah.
That is actually, isn't that similar to Waylorn's March from Banner?
Is it?
I think, well, it's higher
for
rate
me-
of fire, right?
for
I don't
me,
know.
friend.
High rate of fire,
X-
6-shot magazine.
Yeah, it's
6.
No 6. You're not going to get that anymore. They're all 4 unless they have like that perk that gives you 1 more but affects one of the other stats. I have one of those, but it's not a great sniper, so I don't use it.
But check out, with Banner coming back, try to get yourself a Waylorn's. You probably would like it.
If you
I'm really
really like
stoked on
Praetus-
Iron Banner.
If you really like Praetus, I really like the Dead Orbit Extra Solar Sniper because it feels a lot like Praetus.
There you go.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
that one's higher rate of fire as well.
It's like pop, like 2 body shots because I suck at aiming. So yeah.
But anyway, back to the overall April update, right? Like now
The fact that we're talking this much about the little details in the game says a lot.
So it's a lot of, and that's what I was going to say. It's a lot about the fixes. It's a lot about the balancing and the fact that they've made it more enjoyable to play the game that's already there. I think when you look at though that they basically just added a couple strikes in prison, not that much. Like I'm already,
Yeah, it's pretty
prison's
sparse.
Fun, like you can roll through it, and it's like. At first, I was a little turned off because I was like, I'm not even paying attention. It was so easy because the first week was primary, did extra damage, and that made it really easy. But this week is actually really interesting if you are a warlock in particular and have nothing
Scatters.
monocles. Yeah, the grenades give you extra
Nothing
points.
monocles?
Yeah,
Manacles.
Manacles,
friend.
sorry, yeah. Nothing.
What does the
nothing
monocle
manacles.
do? Better
They're for
precision
your
aiming?
eyes. That's what it's for.
All of your weapons are 2x scoped
Really?
in.
This whole time? I've been saying
It's
it.
manacles, dude.
I had no idea. It makes perfect,
Hands.
I know it makes perfect sense now that you're saying it. So. Hey man, I want a nothing monocle. It's been decided. It'll make you snipe better. Okay, so anyway, grenades are extra points, but the scatter grenades because they go everywhere. Plus, you get 2 grenades.
Yeah.
And
You're just like Pop, pop,
but you use Embrace the Void, and because they fixed the whole energy drain actually has an effect. You're feeding your grenades, so you get caught in this basically infinite cycle as long as you're getting hits, and you're just making it rain.
That's super cool.
I wanted to put a clip up on our Fireteam Chat YouTube channel actually, if we have time, or our show page on
Of
IGN.
you making it rain?
But making it rain with scatter grenades. So hopefully we'll get that up. But
we can do that. I'll rock my Warlock.
That sounds awesome,
but
dude.
what I wanted to say, just to finish that thought, was that Prison still is enjoyable on this whole like point system and all that. Like,
I didn't like it at first, but I'll let you finish.
It's just arcadey. That's what I was just saying. I didn't really like it at first, but I can see, depending on how they mix it up, it could be a lot of fun.
I go in there, I pop 3 of coins. I'm getting drops like every time I run the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like it's easy to farm. They made it easier to farm, which I like. Like I jumped into it with Brian Malkowitz the other day, and we just went through like 5 or 10 runs like over the course of a couple hours.
And you
just
get a thing like every time almost.
Yeah.
Almost every time.
Much less stingy. Yeah, the end of
Week 1 was better. This one with the Scion Flare, that's a little annoying, but I definitely like Week 1 with the precision damage, and it was just cool.
I love this week
like
because the scatter grenades.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to check out like my grenade build because like I main a Titan. I have a Hunter as well, but that's like kind of my backup. Although I do like playing it a lot. But yeah, we have Armamentarium, which gives us an extra grenade, and then if you run Sunbreaker, you have a talent called Simmering Flames, which if your super's up and it's just fully charged, your grenade and melee charges like 50 or 100% times faster.
Yeah.
So it's like it just recharges so fast. It's like it's almost up all the time.
Yeah.
Anytime you melee, you're also getting grenade energy.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to run a grenade build.
Yeah. So that,
year 2 for me was Titan all the way, and then year 1 was Warlock all the way. But now with this update, I'm finally using my Hunter, who I've never really liked. I don't like how they jump in anything, but I'm starting. Like it's the season of the Hunter for Destiny for me right now.
Hunters are cool,
It's
man.
come
The jump
full
is
circle.
awesome. The jump is precise.
yeah.
Well,
That's why I hate the Warlock jump.
It was so easy for me.
Gliding
on Warlock
everywhere.
and Hunters, or Warlock and Titans. Yeah.
it's hard to jump far distances though. So
Well,
True.
now that I have Bones of EO.
yeah, but it's
easy.
still it takes
Bones of
takes some
Eo.
getting used to.
Yeah, it's fun.
But what I was gonna say is this is what
They're
I,
the Air Jordans of Destiny. You just have to have them, even if they're not that good.
But that's what I've always liked about Prison, and I'm seeing on week 2 that it's still there. So I hope they're thinking about that, but like how certain combos are just going to be a ton of fun. But like just look at this week, right? You could do the scatter grenade thing is definitely the best thing to do, but you could also you could rock something that gets your super up quickly, but then use Heart of Praxic Fire if you're Warlocks, which your rate of grenades are super fast, and so meaning you can do all these things to get your points up, et cetera, and it's just it's cool to be thinking about that, like on guns, it has Grenadier or whatever, right? Reduces the cooldown of your grenades, and like there's a lot of reasons to do it in Challenge of the Elders. So I'm digging Prison, but I still go back to what I always said, which is like, after 3 or 4 weeks, it's like, well, we're gonna be clamoring for the next update.
Well, to be fair, I've like devoured the content that's available because like I've just been like, I gotta get to 335 before I take my break.
Yeah, and that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like I sunk 12, 15 hours already, and like, yeah, that's great. There's nothing wrong with going through it, taking a break, coming back on the next thing. I think there's this perception because of the way year 1 happened that every week you were putting in a lot of time. And now everything seems to be judged that if I'm not playing that week, it's like, oh, it's a failure or blah, blah, blah. Like despite being...
I want to do everything now, though.
Yeah, I want to... So it's two sides, right? I want to be able to do something every week because the community's there, my friends are there, and like it becomes like a weekly hangout ritual. And so that's why people get upset after even they've played 700 hours, they're mad because they don't have enough to do with their friends. And so I completely side with that. I get it. But on the other side of the coin, it's like when you just look at the gameplay value and be like, wait, okay, we're here saying April update, it was free, there's not a ton of stuff, but we love the new balance, but I wish there was more. But you sink, another 50 hours?
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty good. That's all I'm saying, right? So it's one of those glass half full type situations.
I like it. They've finally kind of figured out a good play progression for the audience, in my opinion. Let's talk about something I don't like.
Oh, here we go.
Iron Banner is back, and it is Clash.
No, I don't know why everybody hates Clash so much.
I don't think it's that bad. I still think I maintain it that Control is still the best mode in Destiny for PvP.
Yeah.
But Clash is cool too.
Yeah. You really don't like Clash. So what's the change from Control in gameplay style.
I like that you
like.
have focus points that you have to fight over in their strategy where I'm like, don't push too far into C because they start spawn switching, and then you get that blueberry that does it and you all yell at the blueberry together and get mad, and that's fun.
Yeah, so you feel like the team gets scattered and just starts going into rumble mode.
Yeah.
Is that kind of
yeah, sort of. So you got to kind of like, it's like, all right, let's just stick it together in a pack of 6. Where are we going to go together?
Yeah.
I just like that there's an alternative. Like, you don't have to get kills to win control.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's cool about it, is like there's a way for people to be effective and contributing to their team without necessarily fragging a whole bunch. That's what makes control better, I think. But Clash is cool too because it's just TDM.
Just get assists, man. You don't need to get kills.
They
still do all right.
So let's talk about some of the changes they actually made. And before we get to that, actually, let's talk about the bug that they found. There was a drop bug in Iron Banner, and this was pretty interesting. The quote from Bungie is, "Some of you were adamant that your reward experience wasn't consistent with your fellow Guardians. We did some digging and uncovered a reward logic issue that blocked some of your rewards prior to rank 5 in Iron Banner. That issue was resolved in the April update."
You were right.
Yeah, you're not crazy. Yeah. There was a bug.
It's funny, you see this sometimes, whatever.
RNG isn't the only thing against me.
It's interesting, though, that it wasn't just an RNG thing. People were experiencing an actual bug that gave them, like, no drops.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, I had 3.0 KD and that guy had 0.26 and he got the drop. Come on.
And it's funny that I literally had experienced that in year 2 when I went the first week. It was like awesome, and so I'm wondering if that's when the bug came up. But the drops were great. Then I went and played the next month, not the first week, but went to the next month, and then it was nothing. I got like nothing, and even my rank 5 packages were not good. So I was really pissed and turned off after that. So I wonder if I had experienced that bug as well.
You got bugged.
Got bugged.
So this week it's class items and boots. And let's talk about some of the changes. Drops now begin immediately, no longer starting at rank 2. So once you start playing Iron Banner, you start getting drops.
Rank 0.
Which is great. There's going to be less legendary engrams. They're going to focus on just giving you Iron Banner gear. They say if you're playing Iron Banner, you probably want Iron Banner gear.
Yeah, it's funny. They said this 2 ways in the update, by the way, and I'll check and see if they updated. But at first they said, well, we've reduced the amount that are dropping so you get actual item drops. Yeah. But then they actually say it will not drop legendary engrams. So I hope that is the case.
They said less, I think.
No, I'll double check it. Right.
You go ahead.
I'm telling you.
All right, they updated items with rerolled perks. So if there's some weapons there this week, and this week it is AR and rocket launcher. So you can check those out.
Tormod's Bellows and the Hacken's Hatchet.
Is that good?
Wow. The auto rifle is Hacken's Hatchet.
Not the one
the
I
auto
got.
Rifle.
It totally depends on your role, but
it's no doctor.
It's
Doctrine.
Good. Yeah.
Is Doctrine the only usable AR? I need an AR.
Suros is good.
Really?
Yeah, exotic. Suros is
you
great.
You put low rate of fire on it, and it can go toe-to-toe with a Mida.
But I know that they buffed low rate of fire, high impact auto rifles, but not by enough is what the community seems to be saying on Reddit.
Here's what you do with your Suros. You dump half the mag, and then you go toe-to-toe with anybody because it has the glass half full on it. That has damage. So, yeah. So anyway, continuing down this list.
By the way, just
All right, Fran.
And I'm telling you,
Fran with a startling update.
The facts. No corrections in the next episode.
What do you got?
You got to be high register.
I'm getting something breaking news.
Thanks for the 1960s news update. Anyway, they do say removed legendary engrams from possible end of activity rewards list. From the possible. Sorry. So it's removed, creating a greater chance to receive Iron Banner specific items. So that's the way it should be.
Honestly, I wouldn't have minded engrams, but it just sucks to have them dump them out of your inventory instead of just deleting the Iron Banner gear you don't want.
The downside is like what we just talked about. If Sean is like, I really want to get Wayne Lawrence and he's grinding and he ends up with an engram that does drop something else, no, just give me Iron Banner stuff from definitely. Iron Banner. So I think that makes sense.
Definitely get it.
The other question that I have real quick is, even if it is, what'd you say it was, boots and rocket launchers?
Boots and class items.
Boots and class
and
items.
And then AR.
But you still have a random chance to get the other drops as well, right?
Yeah.
Helms, gloves, and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm really after a pair of gloves right now. I don't have a good,
Yeah,
totally.
You can get it all now. Now that it's all been an Iron Banner, you have a chance to get all of it.
It's funny, my 320 boots forever.
I got my class item for my Warlock from a random drop. So.
Iron Banner was very good to me, that first Iron Banner. That's where I got 320 boots from.
Yeah, I don't have good PvP gloves right now. I'm using my, crazy upgraded, from Dusk Renderer nonsense Spectar stuff, which is, it's still just
gloves are not that hard to get. It depends on what do you want the gloves to do for you, like sniper or reload or faster auto reload or faster.
Ideally, it'd be like
cannon.
faster reload on either scout rifles or auto rifles because those are going to be my primaries probably. Because hand cannons, apparently Hawkmoon's pretty good. Now.
Yeah.
So maybe
Last
potentially.
Word is still good, man.
Nope.
I know how you feel, but all right.
Nope.
Anyway, let's get through these notes
And
really
then
quick.
or increase grenade distance.
Yeah,
throw.
we'll finish the thought.
Just PvP
I know we
close,
got to move on.
Got it.
But I was gonna say you probably could find some good stuff at the vendors now as well.
I'll take a look.
Take a look.
Here, I'll run down it. So you can get 320 Artifact and Ghost at rank 3 and 5. Rank 5 packages can now reward items from the current event. Iron Banner armor and weapons can now be earned at rank 0 at the end of activity. That's great. Removed legendary engrips. Oh, there it is, Fran. Removed it.
That's right.
Got it.
Removed.
Okay. Iron Domination daily bounty, thank you, by the way, now requires completing a match with a personal score of 1,500 instead of winning a match with 2,500.
Much more balanced.
That one that requires hitting rank 4 and winning a match with the top score, that one's still
That
really
screws you
tough.
up. There was way too much grinding. Honestly, very hard for most players to do.
And no. So the gold one that hasn't been changed. That one's still top score, top overall score, win the match.
I thought that's what they changed.
That's sitting on 2 of my characters right now because I can't get the top score.
I'm glad you clarified
L2P.
Yeah. This is the other one that was like a normal bounty that was get a personal score of 1,500 and complete a match.
Well, that doesn't help me.
But they did change Iron Versatility, which now only requires 7 heavy weapon kills to complete, which I never had a problem with. So great.
I was like, whatever.
Oh, see, that's the one. I don't have a problem.
Dude, rock a machine gun and you
I was
get
just
that
about
like
to say.
any day.
So my whole problem
Any
isn't.
time of the day.
I don't know. I'm always like dead when the heavy spawns and then like they pop it before I get there. It just sucks.
Fixed an issue where players below rank 5 could roll a reward they were ineligible for, resulting in no reward being given.
Yeah,
What?
it
That's
sounds to me like
confusing.
it was saying it rolled a reward too early, and therefore they never got one on 5.
Oh,
or sounds
got
like
it.
that's what it was.
Fixed an issue where the Iron Banner ship was missing a part of its frame. Man, that was kind of goofy. and then my final note is just the items that dropped this week.
Sure. So I think it's going to be fun. I get what you're saying about Clash versus Control. It's a preference thing because some people I know.
I'm still gonna play.
People love Rift. You know, it's not everybody, but
Dude,
some people
I love Rift.
Rift, and so it's good that they're mixing up. The last one was Control, right? So let's mix it up.
Here's what I did, and I want to say this quiet in case Bungie's listening. I stacked all my bounties last week, so they're all done. And I know I'm going on vacation, so hopefully I can just dump them all the day before I go on vacation, hit rank 5, get my goodies, and then take a break.
You mean
There's
you have
no
your one
way
for the
you can't make
last-
it all the way to rank 5 with those bounties.
With the gold ones, if you drop you can drop, I think it's like 2 of those. And if you have one guy who's rank 5, right? And you drop 2 of those golds, you're like rank 4 and 3/4.
Yeah, if you have
on that
one,
final day.
If you already have a rank 5 character, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's on the final day where like those count for more, right? You're gonna have to drop them like early in the week before you go, right?
Well, I'm going to roll one character and get him leveled and hopefully get the gear.
I'll
he
log
needs.
in.
You'll log in and dump those bounties for me and get my
Oops.
drops?
Oh,
God.
Your stuff's missing. No.
Yeah. PSA, I did want to let people know, here's how you get Sterling Treasure. This was in the update.
Treasure.
Sign
I like
into
treasure.
Destiny through a console or inspect a character via Bungie.net or the Destiny Companion app will result in 1 Sterling Treasure being sent to the postmaster. So I can do that on vacation. Great. Completing 1 weekly Crucible activity will result in 1 Sterling Treasure being awarded in the post-game Carnage report. And completing 1 level 41 Prison of Elders activity will result in 1 Sterling Treasure. You can get a total of 3.
3 a
Account
week,
wide,
right?
that's
Account wide.
it.
Without buying.
Yes. As long as your postmaster now works, which they've fixed, and that's
Yeah,
what that
actually, I
note
logged
was.
in and I had 2 Sterling Treasures waiting for me.
It really.
Well, because it bugged the first week and some people weren't getting them.
Oh.
So
So
like
it
put one in
returned-
your
it
postmaster
restored.
and
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
that's good.
had 2 waiting
Nice.
for me yesterday or 2 days ago.
You got those level 3 Spectar gloves that you don't really want to use, but whatever.
Actually, I do want to use them, but just not when
Yeah.
they're level 3.
Yeah, no, they're cool looking.
Yeah.
Can I say, by
Dude,
the
totally.
way-
The Titan
Yeah.
ones look like Iron Man.
the what?
The Titan
Titan
ones.
Spectar, like if
Yeah.
you have all of it, you look
They
like
look
Iron
good.
Man. Looks
I
cool.
do, I do
new
red
geek-
tint.
What?
Yeah, I do the red one.
Blue.
Blue?
Blue or white?
Yet, at least for Warlock, and I haven't inspected, the Titans and Hunters as much. I do feel like the Spectre stuff is some of the best looking special gear that they've rolled out. Period.
Definitely.
It like really thoughtfully goes together. It's cool. Like on Warlocks, I always talk about that dress look, that like weird. Sorry, Deej, the dead orbit stupid dress thing is it's stupid. You need
They're
that like
robes.
flowing cape, and I like when they're all.
No, roll a hunter if
You
you
want
want
like a
cape,
Superman
Fran.
cape?
You're just rocking too many
But I mean,
warlocks.
like, a big robe that like has like flow to it.
I don't think that anyone will contest that hunters have the coolest class item. The cloaks, I mean, those are awesome. Man.
I saved blue cloak. I deleted them this week, but year 1 blue cloaks just because I like the look of them so much. Dude. I'm like, he looks so cool in that. I just want to have that cloak.
I wish we had cooler ones for Titans. I have to settle for a bath towel.
I call it my butt cape.
Nice. So what I was going to ask and say is
my hand towel's a little dirty.
So yeah, this is after I actually did like how some of the SRL gear came together. Of course, you couldn't really use that in anything with endgame stuff. But I wanted to know how you guys felt about that. But actually, sorry, I was segueing to the fact that I didn't realize about the new Keepers gear, which was like Kellbreaker's gear from Prison of Elders last year. So on the Warlock, at least, it's called Keepers. So I don't know if it's the same for all the classes. But
is that the really Taken gear?
That is
so
the Prison of Elders
gear at the new light level.
And so
it looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
And so it doesn't have, unless it drops with it, and I don't think it does, it doesn't have all like the chroma stuff like Spectre gear does, but it is very cool looking. Actually, I take that back, it does. Okay, what I like about it is that it does have chroma. It's this cool rune on the Warlock, on the chest piece, and it's this glowing rune.
Dude.
So anyway, I do take back a little bit of what I said, which I was annoyed that you can go in, you can buy Spectre gear, which is true. It's annoying that everyone can get a good-looking Desolate or Spectre gear without playing Prison. However, now there's this gear, which is at least something. So if somebody's strutting around with it. But the only downside is still it's easy to get. Well, so it's not like a super hard challenging activity.
It also doesn't look as cool.
Yeah.
Like, at least speaking from the Titans, like, you've seen it. It's the airplane helmet.
It sucks.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
It's like these big, you look like an airplane.
That's what my Xbox character still has.
So
that's why I stopped playing on Xbox. I got that helmet. I'm like, no.
And that's what's unfortunate is the Taken gear is that same model, but just looks all Taken. Like, I look cool. I finished, by the way, I don't know if you saw my screenshot that I tweeted out, but I finished that set. I have all the Taken gear on my Titan.
Desolate.
I have the Taken and Spectre on my Titan. Nobody else.
But the helmet is that same airplane helmet.
Yeah.
It is.
It looks dumb.
Destiny, looks like you were setting up for a joke. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I was. How did you know?
I know.
You said you got the glowing chest thing. Now you can be like, eyes up here, Guardian.
Yeah, exactly. Let's keep it up here, everybody. Very nice.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about the chroma?
I actually really like it. I think it's so cool. I go to great lengths to make sure like I'm chroming everything that I can and to the proper color so that it all matches. And you just look cool, man.
Here first.
I don't like that when you change the color, it deletes the old one, and I'm like, well, how do I get more?
I wish you could just toggle.
Like, can I just pick which one I want and then activate, and then if I want to change it, pay? Like, it's like, no, you just got to keep deleting and
hope you get the right one.
Hope you get the right color.
I get the intention, but in the end, it's stupid to spend 100.
I think what I would have
on a
to
random meaning once you already got yellow, white, and red, and blue. No, blue. Yeah.
Yellow, white, blue, red.
Yeah. So once you have all 4, I think that's what we're saying. It's like, well, just let me use them instead of like, why do I have to keep re-rolling it?
It's like, okay, so I have to dump all the colors I don't want into my vault, equip the one I want, delete the old one that I don't want, and then it's just silly.
It gives you something to do, but this is the problem.
It's convoluted.
That we run into with Destiny, where I get that you're giving us something to do. It's a mechanic, but it's not fun. If it was fun, it would be a different story, and it's just not fun.
Yeah. So.
Especially like early on, you have the problem where I ran into this, where it's like I had a chroma chest piece that had like yellow on it, and I wanted it to match the rest of my gear, which was white, but I only had 2 white like things, and so I cycled through both of them, got yellow both times, and then I was just stuck because I didn't have any more, and I had to go farm more.
Wait, what? You used...
because it's random.
Yeah, it's random. So, like...
Oh, you ran out of Glimmer, though, because you only need Glimmer to roll through the 4.
No, but you
run out of Chroma.
Yeah, you run out of the actual item in your inventory to activate the Chroma.
Already used some previously. And
I had activated the Chroma, and it was yellow, and I was like, I don't want it to be yellow, I want it to be white, so you cancel it, which kills the Chroma that's in there.
Yeah, so
and then you activate another one, but it just became another yellow one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then...
and you were just going to stick with yellow after all, but you burnt the last one or whatever.
Yeah, but I wanted to get to white, and I had just run through all of them already.
Just dump it all out of your inventory so you can't use it, I guess. I think that's the only way to do it.
No. Well, the key is, so it's not going to autofill. You insert the Chroma. The point is, make sure if you want white Chroma, you have one.
No, but after you cancel, after you like play the 100 Glimmer to like deactivate the node, it automatically resets randomly to a new color.
It does? It's auto-filling from your inventory?
Yeah, there's no way to choose it as far as
I rolled the same color 3 times in a row, and by that time I ran out of the...
Whoa. Okay, so this is new to me because I keep my chroma in the vault, and maybe for some players
So you pull out the color you want, and then you activate it.
I literally didn't understand how Sean was shredding his chroma. So you're telling me if I have all the colors in my inventory for materials in that, that as I cycle through it, fills it in without my permission?
And and you're deleting it until you get the color you want. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
okay,
it's weird.
So
it's weird.
Good fortune.
I haven't
for me.
figured out. Please Reddit or correct us if we're wrong, but tell me the best way that isn't dump all the colors you don't want in your vault and then grab the color you want and then equip it. That's convoluted and a little weird.
I had no idea because I always had my chroma in the vault.
Are
you sure? That's crazy.
Well, hey. I don't know how to activate a different color. Right. Like it seems like you should just be able to cycle on the color.
Well, you can. This again is where I'm confused. So as you go underneath the chroma, all my stuff's in the vault. I literally go until I get my color, and then I grab it from the vault coincidentally, and then I slot it in.
You're right. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, are you guys sure you're not like slotting it in? Maybe you're doing it wrong, which is you
don't
know. You don't need to slot a color to roll it. I think maybe that's you both apparently read it wrong.
You are right, Fran. That is not communicated well in the game. I also may have burned a few chroma that I'm not happy about.
It sounds like you guys are like slotting it in.
Well, yeah, because it's like an upgrade tree, right? So you're like, all right, I got my chroma upgrade, I got this upgrade, I got that one.
Wait, so you're telling me you can change the color of the chroma node without activating the chroma node?
Yeah, underneath. It's the X underneath.
Okay, so you're right. That's not clearly communicated because I've been activating it, deactivating it, activating it, deactivating it, trying to get to the color I wanted, and constantly burning through these.
So you know what it is the way it looks. It looks like it's turned off because it is.
Yeah.
And like almost like you can't use it. And so I think the message that you guys are saying is like, well, I got to put one in and then I got to do it. I got to put one in.
Well, actually, if you look at the wording, it also says
UI
like deactivates the current chroma and re-rolls it to a new one. So I feel like you had to do it.
So that you literally don't need to have any chroma in there to roll it. So hey,
well,
you know
this is a great ending. Fran's a genius and we're a little slow.
But you know what? The fact that both of you ran into that shows how intuitive it is. It is a little confusing.
Thing.
And I'm sure we helped someone out there. The rest of you enjoy making fun of them.
Yes, thank you.
Because you're always looking for something to make fun of people for. So.
If you made fun of us, don't forget to subscribe to our new YouTube channel.
That's
right. There is an annotation right here. We'll put it up here. It'll be in the description also.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And we're going to be posting Let's Plays on this channel and everything. Some of our other shows are also doing this, like Beyond and Unlocked, so fans can check out those products.
Game Scoop, etc. Yeah, look, the main goal was like we put everything on IGN. We wanted to house a place where you can find just this stuff. We have the show pages on IGN. If you check us out there, but on YouTube, obviously, you can get some notifications. And we have playlists on there as well. So go check it out. Go subscribe there. And to what Destin was saying, we'll probably be throwing in some gameplay clips. Who knows? So maybe some extra content.
I'm super excited that we have a YouTube channel for this content. People message me on Twitter and they're like, I can't find your show. I'm like, look for the banner thing in the flood of content that we do on IGN. And now it's just like, oh, here, go to our Destiny channel. Or not Destiny, but Fireteam Chat channel.
Yeah, but it is our Destiny channel
basically.
now. And that's what's nice about it. And so just for context, right, it's like one of those things, I mean, we talk about here a lot, but a lot of effort does go into starting new channels. Like, as part of this program, we're starting like 6 or 7 new ones.
Yeah.
You want to make sure when you start a channel that there's actually the support there. And so the good news is we're all totally... that we're going to do that.
You want IGN Destiny stuff? Go to youtube.com/c/Fireteam Chat.
My point was, it's not like we don't want the same thing. It's that we hear you. We want the same thing. It's the effort to do this is never quite as easy as it seems. But we've taken the time, and we're going to be there now, so go subscribe.
Definitely. Any final things you want to say? Like review the app, all that good stuff that you normally do?
We miss it. You already took care of it.
We haven't heard it in so long. Please tell me to review the
Buy the Fireteam Chat t-shirt at IGN.com/store.
I still like the design of this shirt.
Right?
Yeah, I like it quite a bit.
It's really not.
Go to IGN.com/store.
Yeah.
Yeah, you missed the /store.
No, but he was saying
this is so great.
It's go.ign.com/store, not just ign.com/store.
Go.ign.com/store.
Just to make sure. So
I've had to promo that a few times.
There you go.
You don't have to do the plugs anymore. But if you are listening on iTunes or any other podcast service, be sure to get in there, drop us a review. We always appreciate your support. And as Destin mentioned before, download the iOS app, download the Android app. Get in there. We could use your support there as well. And it is a better experience.
Yeah.
That's all for me.
Guys, thank you for joining the show. Yet again, I might be out for the next one. So
Destin's taking a little Guardian vacation.
Yeah, definitely.
Little trip to the old reef.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty
Exactly.
much. Anyway, so we'll wrap it up now. Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Until next time,
Guardians out.